Hey everybody out there in TV land, Eddie the Tattooed Realtor reporting live from my backyard here in Margate, Florida in Southeast Florida. I hope your days are going amazing, whether or not you're watching this in the morning, evening, or night. And yeah, give that subscribe button a click if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're watching this on Facebook, be sure to give that like button a click. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me directly. My contact information is in the description below, and you can always leave a comment and feel free to share if you feel so intended to do so. So anyways, this video came as I was driving past a rental community this past week as I was going out on my appointments. Of course, I'm being safe, but I was going on my appointments and I was passing a rental community, and I know this rental community in particular, and I know that the rental amounts are pretty high, meaning that I know it starts at right around $2,000 a month and it goes all the way up to about $5,000 a month, depending on what you get, how many rooms, all the amenities, all that kind of stuff. But this is the idea. Okay, we all know everybody's at home, and really you can employ this idea even if we're not in quarantine or lockdown or social distancing. This is something that I am integrating in today because I really believe in it. I think it will work, and heck, if you gotta fail, you gotta fail fast, you gotta fail often, so you learn from your mistakes. So this is the idea. We know that these rental communities exist. We know that the MLS tells us when homes have been rented, because when homes have been rented, the realtor who was a listing agent should have gone in there and changed that status to rented, okay? And we know when people are beginning to think, or at least we can kind of make the best assumptions, that people are beginning to think about moving, I would say between 3 to 4 months before their lease is ended, because they know they need that time. But let's say they don't know that they need that time. We can help kind of educate them on that process. So what I would do is I would go in and I would concentrate. This is just how I would approach this idea. I would go in and I would concentrate on single family homes that are rented in your farm area or in your area that you want to market to, and that were rented, let's say, about 9 to 8 months ago. The reason why I'm using 9 or 8 months is because we know usually a lease is for 12 months. 9 to 8 months gives us that 3 to 4 month window where we can begin to kind of cultivate that relationship, to give them the idea, the notions, the information, the knowledge of, hey, maybe it's time to purchase my home as opposed to rent again. The reason why I'm suggesting starting with single family homes is because they're already used to single family homes. Now, if you want to work the condo market or the townhome market, hey, you could employ this pretty much across the board, but this is my idea. Single family homes, and the price range for rental I'm going to look at is between the rental price of $2,000 to about $4,000 a month. And then what I'm going to also look at is varied to my farm area, and then I'm going to create a campaign directed specifically toward that type of renter, if you will. Now, I haven't decided how I'm going to address it, but I have acquired what I'm going to use. So I'm going to create a mail campaign. I've talked about direct mail before. I'm going to create a mail campaign made up of different envelopes of different colors, different sizes, and I'm just going to provide information. The first letter that I'm composing is more of an introduction. Say, hey, listen, I'm just here. If you've ever thought about purchasing, if you don't want to rent anymore, boom, here you go. Something super simple, straight out of the gate. The next thing that I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to create an infographic or find a really cool infographic or a PDF maybe off of our MLS's resources. That's going to be the next piece. And then so on and so forth. And then maybe I'm going to show them homes in that area and what the prices are. You know, I'm going to become very highly targeted. Now, what I'm going to also do is I'm probably going to create a little landing page on the back end where they can visit and they can add their information if they're looking for a specific area, or maybe even access to the IDX or the MLS. These ideas are coming to me, but the thing is consistency. So if you're thinking about this idea, employing it, I recommend that we try it together, because we don't know until we try. And why not? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You might get a listing or a buyer or sell. You never know what could happen. So that's the idea. Pick an area that you want to farm or that you want to work. Find rentals in that area that meet the specific of type of buyer you want. If you want to work single family, condo, townhome, whatever it may be. Then create a very simplistic plan to follow. So let's say you're going to hit it 1 week or once a week for 9 weeks, or once every other week for 2 months, or whatever the case may be. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create a follow-up system behind it. Okay. Now that's one idea when I had that's the main idea I had when it came to the rental. Now this is the other flip side. Remember how I made videos about every door direct mail marketing? You can go back and watch those videos, but every door direct mail marketing allows you to hit routes or massive amounts of homes at one time. Now, the other idea I had was, because as I was driving by this rental community, we know that these rental communities exist, and most of the time they exist within 1 or 2 routes of the mail system. What you could do is you could create a marketing piece specifically to that tenant, that renter. Now, it's probably going to hit some single family homes, so maybe what you could do is you could do a flip side. You could do one side where it's to the renters, the other side where it's to sellers or buyers. Or not, let's say one side to buyers, renters, the other side to listings, just in case you hit some of those single family homes. Now, you want to do the maximum size, which is going to be a pretty beefy, I think it's like 8.5 by 11, which is a full-size sheet of paper, but you have to keep in mind what sort of community this is and the way their mailboxes look. Because if their mailboxes are the small little square ones, that piece of paper, if it's too large, is going to have to be folded. If it's a regular standard size mailbox or a slot, you're going to have to make sure the size. So you're going to have to do some reconnaissance, maybe visit the community, understand, or at least see what the mailboxes look like at the very least. So anyways, guys, these are 2 ideas that I had with creating buyers and or sellers from rentals. Call it the rental system, if you will, the rental mail system. I don't know, whatever I decide to put on the video. But anyways, I want to encourage you during this time. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And of course, give that subscribe button a click if you can. That'd be greatly appreciated. If you're watching this on Facebook, be sure to give that like button a click. And of course, leave any questions or comments in the information below. I've been proudly serving families here and individuals here in Southeast Florida in Broward and Palm Beach County for over 9 years. And yeah, if you ever need help buying, selling, or leasing, by all means, reach out to me directly. Hope you guys have an amazing day, evening, afternoon, night, midday, whenever you're watching this, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.